Guys, UFC 275 this weekend is stacked. Step into the octagon with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. If you are a new customer, you can bet $5 on UFC 275 and get $150 in free bets instantly. No matter who wins or how the fight ends, you win. There's 2 titles on the line. Glover versus Prohaska and the Bullet versus Santos, plus a rematch of the greatest women's fight of all time, Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Looking for a big payday? Check out DraftKings Sportsbook's newest UFC feature, Same Game Parlays. Combine multiple bets, like which fighter will win, number of knockouts, and more for your shot at an even bigger payout. If Sportsbook is not yet available in your state, check out DraftKings Daily Fantasy, where they will have huge contests for this weekend's fight. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Bet $5 on UFC 275 and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. My official prediction: Joanna champion versus Weili. Guys, what are we doing here with the promotion of this one? I gotta tell you, we have never been in a position like this, and this should be getting advertised. This should be in front of everybody's face. This has never happened before. By the way, Joanna, to answer the question, this has never happened. Well, I got problems with Joanna. You know what? I got problems with Joanna because she's been out of the ring for a while. And Weili has not. Weili beat her when they were both active. Now Weili's active and Joanna's not. That's not wonderful, but I'm still taking Joanna, and I'm taking it for this reason. When I tell you this has never happened before, and this story should have been better told, this is the greatest women's fight of all time. Not Chael's opinion. They won the award. They are recognized by whatever publication does that. This is fight of the year overall, men's and women. Fight of the year that they had it, but it still goes down as the number 1 women's fight of all time, and many will say it is the number 1 fight of all time. We have never had a fight of this magnitude, never, that we've rematched, but changed the parameters. When they have fight of the year, when they have what is documented, when they won the award and got the acclaim, it was a 25-minute affair. We're taking those same athletes in the same weight class, doing the same thing, and we are going to shorten, thus maximizing effort into a 15-minute atmosphere. That is the absolute story of this fight that nobody has told, and I don't know why. This has never been done. Think of any great fight that you've seen, guys, that you've demanded a rematch, and you've gotten it. They did not change the parameters. They did not change what was at stake. They did not change the placement on the card. That is very interesting concept, that the greatest female fight that you've ever seen is going to rematch, except this time they are going to change their effort and they are going to change their output to try to maximize it because they're short 10 minutes. What does that change for each lady? And when I just told you, I don't love that Joanna's taking time off. That is a disadvantage against her. We do not get better at something by not doing it. However, I keep up on Joanna. I keep up on her. I see her around. When I go do Eagle FC, just by example, which happens to be in Florida where she lives, she comes up, she looks great. Right? A picture's worth 1,000 words. I've seen her over time. I watch her interview. She hasn't gained a pound. That's very relevant. Fighters take off, they're not doing stuff. Their body looks different, right? It's calories in versus calories out. No, she's burning the calories. She's in the gym. Absolutely she is. Not just once, she's in twice. She looks as fit as she has ever looked. Now, I bring that to you because she lost the first fight. She had 2 people fight. We found out who was better. The one that was better stayed active and continued to get better, by the one that wasn't as good did not. That's very obvious equation. Generally, I'm going against it because of the reduction in time. I don't think Joanna's been off enough to be rusty. And I do think it's very relevant what I'm telling you about her physical appearance. She stayed in shape. That's very accurate by me. She's been looking for fights regardless of whether we got her to the octagon or not. She has been looking and trying to position. She wanted world title fights. She wanted but she was ready, and this is what she was ready for. It's very different than her suffering injury and being out. her retiring but coming back, her leaving the pool and re-entering. None of those things happen. You just haven't seen her in a minute. And there is something to be said for a break, not only for the physicality, but for the mentality. There's nothing more helpful in combat or sports as a whole than having a clear mind. And you cannot get a clear mind when you're taking on a full schedule. You get bogged down. It's one of the challenges. You've got to overcome it. So it is a situation where you got to give the benefit to somebody here. Historically, I would always give that to Weili. I'm giving it to Joanna, but those are my reasons. And the fact that they're going to take the most action-packed, highly coveted, most respected female fight of all time, and they're going to redo it, but they're going to change the parameters. 3 rounds as opposed to 5. It's extremely relevant. Nobody is holding back now. Nobody has anything to manage. These are 5-round world championship fight, world champion ladies who know full well I can give it my all for 25. They don't even have to worry about fatigue. An athlete's greatest fear going into combat is not failure. It is not, I'm going to lose this fight. I'm going to be embarrassed. My ranking's going to move. My pay's going to be affected. That is not their number one fear. Their biggest fear of any combat athlete is exhaustion. The only thing they will worry about in the locker room is getting to a point of fatigue where they can no longer follow the number one rule, which is protect yourself at all times. When you are that confident in your cardio, oh, and by the way, they just took 10 minutes away. You are talking about action, and you are talking about a strategy like you have never seen before. If you think you saw their first fight and you enjoyed it, you've seen nothing yet. This story is the one that should be out there. This is what they should be talking about. The greatest fight of all time is going to be rematched. But they're both getting spotted 10 minutes. Guys, this is a fascinating match. I'm taking Joanna champion.